Hi guys, it's Donna, and as promised, I'm back to share with you some tips on preparing ready-made foods that are ready-made to eat when you want to just grab it and go, like if you're going to work, to school, or on a little trip. You can put them in a lunch bag with an ice pack or whatever, and you've got it. I had a subscriber, she asked me if I would do this video to give ideas to those of us who are allergic to corn, how to feed ourselves that are just grab and go like everyone else. Because everyone else, they just grab whatever they want and they can eat it and they don't have the problems that we have. So what I did, I went and started thinking about what it is that I do, that I have done, and I feel a little stupid because I've been doing this for so long. For me, it's just become old hat. But to those of you that are new to this allergy and don't know what to do, are afraid to eat, don't know what to eat, I'm going to try and share with you what it is that I do and how you can do the same thing, and you get good, healthy food that is corn-free and safe for you, so that you don't have to worry about an allergy attack or whatever. And it's better than the store-bought goods that people buy that are already pre-made. Now, one of the things I do is I like to use my crock pot a lot, because it's just my husband and I. When I make food that is safe for me, I make enough that we can have it over several days, or I can eat it for a couple of days and freeze the rest of it however I want to do it, and then I can just grab it and thaw it out and heat it up in the microwave. And one of the things I did this week was I did a pot roast. It was like a 3-pound roast, and I did it with some beef broth, which was made from Herbox beef bouillon cubes, which is safe. I checked them out. There's no corn derivatives in it. So I used about 2 of those with 1 onion that I cut in half and rubbed on the meat, and about 5 cloves of garlic that were crushed. And so I put those in. I added some salt and pepper, about 4 cups of water, and I left it all night. And I knew that by the time I got up in the morning, the meat would be totally done. It would be falling apart, and then I could prepare it for what I wanted to use it for the next several days. So the next day, what I did, I let it cool. I shredded and chopped the meat. Then I coated it with like a 1/4 cup of flour, braised it in about 2 tablespoons of oil, maybe a tiny bit more, and I added salt to the meat before I put the flour on. That way it's not bland, because if you don't, it takes forever to try to get the seasoning right on it. So if I salt it before I add the flour and then braise it, it really helps it to have a better flavor. So I did that. Then I added 3 whole cloves of garlic and all of the broth that I strained. Now you got to strain the broth out of the crock pot. Poured that in, and I poured in 1 large can of red chili sauce. Now this red chili sauce I use, it's El Patio, I think it is. It comes in a large can. It's perfectly safe. It's just red chilies. That's all it is, and water. So I use that, and I let it simmer for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. And by the time it got done, I had this beautiful red chili burro meat. And all I do is I'm going to be sharing a video how to make homemade tortillas, and I'm going to try it with the teff and the buckwheat flour and see how it comes out. But you can take tortillas, and here's what I do. Now this is a half one because I don't eat that much. So I did a half one to put in the freezer, and I just make a burl like this and roll it up and put it in one of these bags, seal the bag till the air is all out of it, and then I put on there the date and what it is, and then I throw them in the freezer. And so when I'm in the mood for one, I just grab it out, throw it in the microwave to defrost, and then I heat it. You've got lunch. Same way when you want just a quick snack. I'm reverting now from the burls to this, but I keep frozen grapes. And you can take a few of these, put them in a little bag, stick them in your lunch bag so that they can thaw. They'll be thawed out by the time you eat your lunch, and you've got your fruit. Now, what I also like to do is, because I can my own tomato bisque soup, using fresh tomatoes and garlic that I roasted, plus onions and celery. I did a video showing you how to make that, so take a look at it and it'll show you how to do it. And you can also freeze this soup as well as canning it. You can put it in a jar like this. This is a 4-ounce canning jar that I use to make my candied jalapenos. And all you have to do is, when you're ready for lunch, just take off the lid. I would put a paper towel over it, stick it in the microwave, heat it for about a minute. You've got lunch. Same with the potato soup that I can. You can do exactly the same thing. This is potatoes, celery and onion that I canned in an all-natural chicken broth, which that's all it is chicken broth or chicken stock. And you can heat that exactly like that. Put some in this jar and heat it up, or you can add milk to it, or heavy cream, or half and half, and have a cream of potato soup. Wonderful. You've got lunch. And I also have what I can dilly beans. Now, I shared a video showing, I think I shared how to do it. So take a look at that, but this is wonderful. This is a pickled green bean that you can pack up in a jar and take with you and just nibble on it if you want, whatever. It is so, so good. Now, along with the red chili burros, I do the same thing with pinto beans. I'll do a big crock pot. My husband likes to eat them with fry bread. He likes me to make fry bread for him. But what I do the next day, after the first day of him eating them, of what he wants, I take them and I make refried beans. Now I'll have to do a video showing you guys how I make my refried beans. You can do exactly the same with those as I did with the red chili meat. You just put them in a tortilla, wrap them, freeze them. You've got lunch when you need it. Let me see here. I used to live on potato chips, but after developing this allergy, I couldn't touch a potato chip anywhere because they're all cooked with corn oil, or they have dextrose on them, or they have some other corn derivative. So it was very frustrating for up until about probably 5 years ago. No chips were in my diet at all. I couldn't have them for a snack or for anything. Then I found Cape Cod chips, just regular potato chips. And all they were potato chips, sunflower oil, and sea salt. Then I was getting those for about 2 months, and then they decided to change their formula. Started using corn oil instead of the sunflower oil, so I could not eat them anymore. So that short 2 months that I was able to have these wonderful potato chips was totally destroyed because of the company changing how they were doing them. Now, Lay's decided to come out with a potato chip called Simply Lay's. And those they are either canola oil or sunflower oil and sea salt and potatoes. That's it. And they taste exactly like potato chips tasted 40 or 50 years ago. I get them at my Safeway. Walmart used to have them, and then they changed their how they stocked, and they got rid of them. I don't know why, because people were buying them left and right, but they decided they weren't going to sell them anymore. So I get them at Safeway, and usually I can hit them when they're on sale for like 2 for $5, and they generally run about $3.95 for a bag. But they are worth it, because I can throw some in a little plastic bag or something, take them with me wherever I go, and I've got a little snack. And that's where the spice that I made, Bamonde, I took the ingredients from that spice, and it has dextrose in it. Well, I took everything out of that spice except the dextrose, made my own. And so I like to take that and take some of the Daisy sour cream and mix some of that in there, put some dill weed in there, let it sit. You could do it the night before, have it sitting in your refrigerator, throw a little bit in one of these jars, bag up your chips, bag up your lunch that you're going to take, your fresh fruit. Fresh fruit is another big thing that you can take and have to grab and go. And you've got everything you need. You don't have to go out and spend money in a store trying to find something that you think you might be able to eat, and then you have a reaction. That is the worst thing about having food allergies. You can't just buy anything pre-made. You have to make it up yourself. So, and I was telling the subscriber, she said that she was trying the Daisy sour cream, and because she had been having problem when she would do dairy. But the reality is, most dairy products like the sour creams, the cream cheeses, the yogurts, all that kind of thing, if you read the ingredients very carefully and have your list telling you what the ingredients are, you'll find that most of that dairy stuff has corn in it. It makes no sense to me. I mean, I've read cottage cheese where they've put cornstarch in it. That makes no sense whatsoever. So Daisy is the only brand that does not have any corn derivatives in it. It is strictly what it says: cream, salt, however, that's it. And so I use that, and I make the dip. I pack up what I need and I take it with me, because sometimes I have a lot of doctor's appointments and I like to be able to take something I can snack on with me. Now, you can keep, like I said, you can keep fresh fruit and take it with you. If you like melons or whatever, you can do up pieces of melon and pack it in plastic bags or whatever. Keep it cool in a lunch bag, and you've got that. And make sure that the veggies that you pack, I like to do veggies up and have a dip with them. And because I'm allergic to carrots, I can't do that. So I generally just use like celery, bell peppers, cherry tomatoes, broccoli heads, you know, anything like that. Any vegetable you like that you're not allergic to, you can just clean them, pack them up for the week of how you want them, and then just grab them and go. And I know a lot of people that aren't allergic to foods that do that. They've always, on the weekend, they've taken a day and just fixed up what it is they wanted to have for the next week, and they would have it all ready and they just grab it and go. And that's the best way to do it when you do have food allergies. Then you know you're getting something safe. Another thing that I wanted to share with you guys is when I worked in the hospital, I worked in the ER, and we had our own break room where the lockers were, everything. And it was the kitchen basically with a dining table, and everybody would bring food. They were always having a potluck, or somebody had something going on and they were always bringing food in. And they would always share with me. They'd say, you know, Donna, there's food in there, go eat what you want. But what I learned is, because when I'd go in there and look, there would not be anything, nothing that I could even touch. So I learned that when they were going to have one of those things, I would make sure and bring myself food that was comparable, that I could eat, that was safe. So I'd put that in the refrigerator, and then when I would get my break, there'd usually be 2 or 3 people in there eating. So I would get mine out and I wouldn't feel left out. Because the one bad thing about having food allergies is feeling left out when others are sharing food or whatever. So when you can make up your own foods and take them in, you're never left out. You just know what it is you can and cannot have. And if they know that, they're more understanding. It's just like when I've had friends invite me over. They ask me to bring a couple of foods, a couple of dishes that I'm able to eat, just in case they don't have anything I can eat. And it's very loving to do that, because you're helping the person who has the allergy problem and helping them to fit in and feel like they belong. So that's just another good tip for you guys. I just wanted to tell you too, she mentioned something about what you could do for dinner or supper. Well, if you're working, best thing to do is have that crock pot ready before you leave for work. Turn it on, have it set. When you get home, it's ready. All you have to do is serve it. You could have dinner rolls in the refrigerator ready to throw in the oven. You can do just about anything. If it's Mexican night, you can have all your lettuce and tomatoes and onions chopped. You could have your cheese grated. You could have everything ready, so you just set it all out. Your meat's there, your beans are there. Everybody fix a plate, and you're eating safe. So I hope these tips will help a little bit, and I hope you guys will go back and look at some of those videos, even the ones on the potato salad, the chicken salad, the cheddar biscuits. Those are things that are quick to throw in this jar and take with you wherever you go. So I hope this helps a little bit. I'll be so glad when I can get my arm well enough so that I can start cooking for you guys again. I've got some ideas I wanted to share. So it's still going to be a little while. But if I can share tips with you on how to have grab-and-go foods, I hope they help. So let me know what you think. If there's any other ideas you have that you would like for me to figure out for you, just please comment. Make sure you like and comment on the video. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, and make sure you hit the bell for notifications so that when I do upload videos, you will be notified. So it's great to be able to be back on here. I know I sound a little rattled today, but I just wanted to get started again and share with you guys. Really check out the videos on the soups and on the dilly beans and let me know what you think and try them. It's wonderful to have this in stock that I know is completely safe. So let me know how it's going, guys, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye.